Hello, you're listening to Got Clutter, Get Organized, a podcast that focuses on helping you create space to attract more money, love, and happiness in your life. I am your host, Janet M. Taylor, and I want to say hello if you're a regular listener, and welcome if you're listening for the very first time. I hope you're having a great week. And if you enjoy listening to this podcast, please leave a review so I can continue bringing you episodes each and every week. Well, once again, I'm excited because in this episode, Jeni Raitsin will be talking about mastering your energy to be more productive. I will also be sharing my product, app, repurpose, and book suggestion for this week. And my question for you this week is, are there times of day when you feel like your energy has left you? Sometimes during the midday, I'll admit I feel like my energy is gone. And of course, I will be sharing my webinar, which is coming up in June, Mastering Your Time to Get Things Done. So, of course, I did my research and looked out there on Google and the internet, and these are some of the reasons why sometimes we don't have the energy. And this is from Deep H. Number 1 is lack of sleep. Number 2 is not drinking enough water. Number 3 is a poor diet. Number 4 is skipping exercise. And number 5 is sometimes sedentary lifestyle we have. Which is why I am so excited because Jeni Raitsin, she's a productivity coach, mental fitness trainer, and speaker on the mission to redefine productivity outside of the hustle culture and help people innovate the way they cultivate happiness and growth. In other words, she helps people go from grind to groove. Her work is the intersection between productivity and well-being, combining practical time and energy management strategies, cognitive and positive psychology, performance science, and modern-day mindfulness, intentionally designed to help people thrive without sacrificing their health or happiness. So I'm excited to bring my interview and my conversation with Jeni Raitsin. Well, listeners, it is May, and of course, you know how I like to just celebrate the entire May about mothers, but it's also about women and really just better understanding, some of the things we do that may exert our energy, but really being more mindful of how we do things and how we do use our energy, which is why I brought on an expert, Jeni Raitsin, and she's going to be just kind of sharing with us about mindfulness, about energy, and so much more. So, Jeni, thank you so much for coming on today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
So before we get into the whys and the strategies, what made you really focus on mindfulness and productivity?
I was always into productivity. But in my previous career, I think like a lot of us, I was always under this hustle culture, hustle mentality, always go, 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 only reach goals until I burned myself out. And this is what made me kind of look for another way to do things and kind of invent mindful productivity, which is a way for us to reach our goals, but in a way that feels fantastic, without the struggle, without the hustle, without the burning out, without the stress. And I really this is my life's passion, dedicating myself to finding ways to help people to have both, because we don't want to let go of the goals. We still want to achieve things. We want to achieve the career, the money, the income goals, our weight, whatever it is. But we still want to enjoy life, and we want to feel great, and we want to do it in a way that is easy for us. So this is kind of my way to find the balance between the two, between productivity and well-being, because I truly believe that people can have both.
So with that said, what are people doing when it comes to, they work really hard, but then sometimes they just don't feel that accomplishment that comes with all the blood and the sweat and, the long hours and sometimes missing things. Like, what are we kind of, I guess, missing in all of that?
I think it all starts with with our mind, with the way we think about things, because we can always do more and add more, but is this truly going to help us feel more fulfilled or more enough? The answer is usually no, because with all the times, like think about all the times in our lives that we said like, oh, when I get this goal then I'll be happy, or when I buy this house, or when I get this car, but we reach that goal but we're never happy. And I think that we can create that happiness and that sense of enoughness when we learn how to control our mind instead of adding more and more goals or more things on our to-do list, kind of reversing it.
It's interesting you said that because I did have a conversation with someone and she has been accomplishing a lot, but she doesn't feel like it. And so, how do we really kind of sometimes create those strategies or techniques in order for us to really stay focused so that, when we get to that point and we realize, oh, wow, this is the goal that I want to accomplish, we can enjoy it a little bit more?
So, first thing I want to say is celebrate small things and celebrate our progress and not only the goal. The second thing I would say is practice gratitude, as like gratitude became just like this buzzword, but it's one of the best ways for us to feel happy with what we have. And if we don't know how to feel enoughness with what we have, we will never be happy with more, because there's always going to be like the other thing and the other thing. Once we truly know how to embody gratitude in our daily practices and be happy with, we can still want more, but be happy with what we have. I think it's one of the best ways to feel that feeling of enoughness. And the third thing I would say is to really, really be clear on what we want to accomplish and why. Because a lot of the time we're like, oh, I wish I had this and this and this, and like we want all the things. And I want us to stop and ask, like, do I actually need all these things? Like, what is my goal? Why do I want it? And that why factor is really, really crucial in helping us set right goals, goals that we achieve. And once we achieve them, we will feel good about them. But just asking, like, why is this important to me? And sometimes the if we get really clear on the why, it can help us kind of change the goal, because sometimes we want more money because we want to feel security or we want to feel stability, but how can I achieve that feeling? We never want the thing. It's never about the car, it's never about the house, it's never about the money. It's always about the feeling. And if I know what feeling I want to create, how can I create that feeling in my life right now? It kind of comes back from to gratitude, but in a different way. Like, okay, I want to feel freedom. How can I create more freedom with what I have now while working on what I want to have?
And I like the way you said about gratitude, but also celebrate the small things. And I think, like you said, sometimes we get so focused on the big goal and we keep working towards it, and then we do achieve it, and then we move on to the next without taking a moment to just celebrate, be grateful for what we have done. So I like that. Remember, listeners, celebrate the small things. I always say it sometimes at the end of a small task. Treat yourself to flowers, a cupcake, or something small. It doesn't have to be anything major or anything that beyond your budget. So I like that. So Jeni, like how do you, because you work with clients and of course you have obligations with family and friends and in the community, how do you stay focused on all the things that you do?
So I get really, really clear on what I want to achieve and how I want to get this done. But the best way for me to stay focused. So what I like to do is maximize my productivity while I work, and then like focus on other things while I'm not working to create that balance. And I think mindfulness is one of the best practices to do that. It kind of, because when we sit down to work, our mind wanders to 1,000 different things, and that laundry and that to-do list and the other thing and the thing that I wanted to do, and it's we're all over the place. If we know how to bring our mind back to the present moment, and we can stay focused on what we're doing. And the same way when we're with our families, or when taking time off, or we're closing our laptop at the end of the day, with mindfulness we can just be present and enjoy what we're doing right now. So kind of creating that, when we're working and we're focused through mindfulness, and when we're not working, we're not working, and then we're present in whatever else we're doing and enjoying it.
And it's amazing that you say that because, like, right now, so many people are still struggling with that because they are working from home. And it's like, Well, I'm always working. I'm like, but you can close the laptop and be present. And then also when you were talking, it's like sometimes when I would see people out at dinner and it's like nobody's really present because everybody's looking at that cell phone or that tablet. So I love the way you said just kind of be present, whether you're present at work or present in your personal life. So that is wonderful. And of course, Jenny, I could talk to you all day, but how can listeners just connect with you and really learn more about what you do and how you can really enhance their lives and make it a lot better in regards to some of the things they want to accomplish?
So they can find me on Instagram at Leisure Hacker. I'm always posting content about these topics or on my website, leisurehacker.com.
And of course, listeners, I will have a direct link to Jenny's website so you can connect with her via her website, but also on Instagram as well. So, Jenny, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, what was your takeaway from my interview with Jenny? I would love for you to post it either below the link on social media, or of course, you can leave me a personal message on the podcast show page. I would just love to hear from you. Well, now I want to transition into Taylor's tip time and just give you a few things that you can do to really increase your energy, but also, your focus as well. Number one, get enough sleep. Sleep sometimes can be underrated, but it truly, truly can help you have energy physically and mentally to do the things you want to do. And in addition to sleep, if you feel tired, sometimes you need to rest. It could be just a quick nap, but just know when your body is telling you, hey, can we stop for a moment? And exercise is always good for the body as well as the mind. Number four, get away from energy drainers, those people, those conversations, and sometimes even those shows and all of that just kind of drain your energy. And number five, wake up ready to take on the world. When we wake up with a purpose, whether it is a purpose to be a mom, a purpose to be a caregiver, a purpose to be whatever you are called to be on this earth, it gives you that energy. It just you wake up with a smile and ready to take on the world. Well, have you been working on getting organized and feel overwhelmed? Are you challenged by managing your time between work, home, and life? Do you want to organize your life? Let's talk so I can help you. I work with clients to guide them from start to finish by providing them with details needed to clear the clutter and get organized without feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Go to my contact page and schedule a free 15-minute session. Take the steps necessary to create the life you want and start by doing something today. Click the link in the show page. And of course, as I shared, I am having an upcoming webinar, Mastering Your Time to Get Things Done, on Wednesday, July 15th, 2022 at 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be sharing how to conquer some time wasters, understanding how not to overcommit yourself because it'll be easier to say no, how to conquer those procrastination uh, strategies, how to overcome the just procrastination, period. But how to create strategies to overcome it, and so much more. And the class size is going to be small, so I can really interact with you individually, give you concrete strategies you can walk away with. I love the last session I had, and that was on home organizing and how I was able to really interact with people because of the size of the class, which is why I limit the space. So, click the link in the show page for complete details and to register. I'll have space available. Of course, I want to take a moment out and thank you for following me on social media, for your likes, your retweets, for your sharing. I truly appreciate it. And of course, please continue to follow me, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, on Pinterest. Check out my boards on healthy space, staying fit and healthy. And Please like and share, and don't forget to check out YouTube and subscribe as well. If you're thinking of getting your life organized, don't get overwhelmed. You can join my Facebook group, Living Life Totally Organized. It's a community of women supporting each other on their journey to living a life that is totally organized. It's free to join, and we have weekly challenges. If you have a question or you show me a video or a photo of maybe an organizing challenge you have, I will come on the platform into that group and I will give you strategies. I love the way they encourage each other. Somebody posts something that I cleaned out off the counter or the drawer, and they post it and everyone else kind of cheers them on. It's a wonderful community of camaraderie. So, do you know what time it is? Do you have like music when it's almost Toss It Tuesday time? I would love to know. So today is Toss It Tuesday. It could be Toss It Wednesday. It could be Toss It Thursday. But donate those old sneakers or recycle them, because there's lots of different places that do take the recycled sneakers and transform them into something new. But donate them as well. So my app suggestion for this week is Think Up. It's world-class experts share their personal affirmations. And it's best-selling author of a Miracle Morning book. So there's so many different people on there, but it's Think Up. Think about it. Check out my Amazon shop and check out products that are ergonomically, so for your back, maybe your knees, maybe your but something that can really help your body be more healthy. My repurpose suggestion for this week is to take some of those stuff in your home and use them for the garden. Old plates. I saw somebody that used boots, old rain boots as a planter. Some people have used tubs. Some people have used instruments. I've even seen a huge piano. This was in a huge, garden. But there's so many different ways to repurpose the things that maybe mean a lot to us. We're not ready to let go, but really they aren't usable. Use them in the garden. My book suggestion for this week is The Productivity Project, Accomplishing More by Managing Your Time, Attention, and Energy. Again, The Productivity Project, Accomplishing More by Managing Your Time, Attention, and Energy. And my quote for you this week is, energy is contagious. Either you affect people or infect people. That was powerful, wasn't it? Energy is contagious. Either you affect people or you infect people. Well, I want to thank you for listening, and be sure to share this podcast with your family, your friends, and on your social media network. Again, let me know you enjoy listening to this podcast by leaving a review, and be sure to visit my website at www.janetmtaylor.com. Until next time, I want you to have a clutter-free day, but most of all, make sure you have an organized week. Organization is a quintessential element of a clutter-free life. Join me as we take this journey together. Along the way, we will find the necessary answers to your organizing dilemmas. My name is Janet M. Taylor, and you are listening to Got Clutter, Get Organized.